It's just entertainment purpose. It's not. It's just entertainment purpose. It's not.
In the case of anybody.
It's just entertainment purpose. It's not.
Hi, hotties. You here for hot tea, and that is unofficial, but we're just testing the waters out right now. So all commentary is alleged and in my opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. I hope everyone enjoyed their Easter yesterday. I couldn't get on here yesterday to discuss Lamh and Huntsville because I was not going to be the good girl that you're supposed to be on Easter Sunday. So we here today to talk about the scene between Martell and Marlon the Squid Drunk, because this scene right here was screaming with information that we can actually read based on their body language. One, it is my opinion that Miss Marlene be trash talking Melody to her raggedy ass son because she jealous of Melody. Everything that she said about Melody had been proven to not be fact. She said that Melody was lazy, Melody was spoiled, as if Martell was out here providing all of the funds and spoiling this woman or something. Like, Melody had to go and work to spoil herself. Martell had to use Melody to spoil his coleslaw. I don't understand. But again, Miss Marlene is a dangerous woman. She's male identified. She's one of the women that coddle her sons. She's one of the women that are jealous of any woman that her son would bring around off the simple fact that her son is an example of what none of the men in her life has ever been. So I say that to say, in this one scene, she talks about how Melody should be happy that at least he wants to be involved in the kid's life. And this is the problem that I have with so many of these mothers. She basically have this mindset because Martell dad didn't do ish for her. So she think that her son is such a good man because he takes care of his kids. Despite the fact that he cheated on his wife for 5+ years, he tried to tarnish her reputation by lying and saying that she was a hoe and cheated on him when we all know that wasn't true, or else he wouldn't be begging her to be back with him. Went and tried to sue the lady for full custody of her kids, y'all, because she divorced him. And instead of this woman sitting and giving her son the advice and saying, you know what, as a woman who created all of this, as a woman, I could never sit down and be okay with you taking this lady to court for full custody, seeing as though you put her through everything. In this scene, you're going to see, in my opinion, Miss Marlene encouraged him to take Melody to court for full custody, allegedly, and in my opinion. And you can tell it almost looks like she wanted to say something disrespectful about Melody but held her tongue. So I'm not willing to hold back on Miss Marlene anymore. She is very disrespectful and disgusting, and she is equally as evil as her trifling ass son. And it was alleged that she didn't even raise the little nasty ass man, and that her mama had to raise the little nasty ass man. And then eventually, after she was done with her bingo nights, then she pulled up to change the damn boy diaper. But by that time, the boy was already like 10. Also, somebody said in the comments that Martell behaves as if he was violated as a child, allegedly, and in my opinion. And I like to agree with that, because Miss Marlene, if you guys remember that scene when they were on the boat and Melody was saying something about, or Martell was saying something about something that used to hurt him, and Miss Marlene would tell him, oh, toughen up, stop being a crybaby, because he was expressing his feelings. I could see Miss Marlene having a man around in her house, and he may be allegedly did something to Martell. Martell probably tried to tell her, let her know, but he was being such a baby. Stop being a baby. Stop telling, because she ignorant like that. And he just got a lot of unhealed traumas, and Miss Marlene is the root issue. She is an issue. She's an issue. Absolutely 100%. Also, Miss Marlene never raised the boy. So how would she know what it takes to be a single mother? She ain't never raised the boy. And then he keeps saying 25 babysitters. Miss Marlene had him being babysat by 25 babysitters. Let's be real. She don't even know this man the way we do. We know him more than she know him. Let's break down this clip. I'm going to play the full clip at the end. Let's get into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
We went to court and, asked for us to have a mediation. And I just asked for 6 simple things. Like no men watching the kids. And if you fly to town, make sure you call me before you call any other thing. So give me first right.
And y'all, look how she's nodding her head in agreement. In my opinion, Martell pulled Melody's card, or he tried to pull Melody's card because he's trying to control her. He thought that that was going to be a way that he could control her. At the end of the day, he was already keeping count on how many people were watching the kids anyway. If you guys go back to the video I did where I were counting how many babysitters Martell had, in the clip, he pulled out a phone and was literally going down a list of 3 people that he claimed Melody had watched the children, which included her mom and his cousin. So, in my opinion, I think Martell is using this, or was going to try to use that to say, oh, well, she's not even around for the children anyway because she's always doing this and she's always doing that. So regardless, he was going to flip the script on Melody instead of just being a supportive parent and watching the children because he know the woman got to go and work, because he is the one that broke up the family. And at the end of the day, she was the breadwinner anyways, and we see that.
And I'm going to do the same thing.
At least you can call and you be willing to watch your kids.
Right.
You got a lot of dads out here don't care about kids.
Right.
Oh, ooh,
Yeah, if I was that type of father, then she'll be trying to chase me down then.
Did y'all see how Miss Marlene said, ooh, ooh, and then held her mouth like, what is it that you were holding back, ma'am? And of course he would be willing to call Melody and ask her to keep the kids because he was already doing that. Melody wasn't doing that, and that's why he was upset. He couldn't clock Melody, and Melody didn't care to clock him. Also, in my opinion, Martell doesn't care about his children because if he did, he wouldn't be taking their mother to court for full custody. Marlene thinks because Martell daddy abandoning her, at least stalking and harassing Melody is better than not being in the kid's life. And I beg to differ. She thinks, in my opinion, oh, who cares if he cheated? Who cares if he made a baby? You know, he wants to be in the children's life. And if he wants to control you and manipulate the children, who cares? At least he wants to be in the kid's life. Like, that is ridiculous. They don't go as far as thinking about how the children's mental it feels about certain things.
Chase me down, But she just said basically no, and she said she won't full custody.
Like I said, Martell is dangerous. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. In the beginning of this clip, he said that he just asked for mediation, which is a lie. He didn't just ask for mediation. He took Melody to court for full custody of her children in a means of controlling her. Because remember, Melody initially went no contact with Martell and then invited him on a trip that he continued to make advances at her that she denied and turned down. After that, he went and pillow talked to his weirdo coleslaw, and then Melody went no contact with him again. Then he hacked her phone allegedly. Melody then switched her numbers up, and then as she went to change her last name from Holt to Cherie, she found out that she couldn't do it because he was taking her to court for full custody. So he didn't even tell her. She had to find out because she wanted to go and make a legal name change, but she couldn't change her name legally in Alabama if you already have, or if you already are going through court battle, or if you're being sued or something like that.
She ain't gonna custody that.
I know. Because I asked her full custody because I didn't like some of the things that she was doing. That's what prompted her to say now she wants full custody. So we have to go to trial.
What?
Right.
Exactly. Now you don't like how I feel. You let your mama give you that bullshit advice, and now you don't like how it feel to be taken to court for full custody. And at the end of the day, y'all gonna see in this clip, he can't afford it. He can't afford it.
With them y'all's kids, y'all should be able to work something out.
Oh, right.
Because, to have somebody tell you how to do with your kids, I wouldn't tell nobody.
It's horrible.
It's awful.
So why wasn't it So why wasn't it horrible when you did it to their mother? Miss Marlene, why didn't you tell him that that was horrible of him to do to their mother after doing everything that he did to that woman? Do you see how disgusting these people are?
I'm trying to talk to her like let's come to an agreement. She don't even want to do it. I'm like, why not? Why do we need to go and spend $50,000? You know what I'm saying? My attorney sent me that $10,000 bill for 20-some days. I got mad at him.
Martell can't afford it, and he thinks he is so smart. He tried to pull Melody card. He thought she was going to agree with that, and she didn't agree with it. She wants to go all the way and get full custody of the children, and now he's mad, and he doesn't think that it makes sense, and he thinks that's wrong of her. Yet he didn't think it was wrong to initiate full custody. They can sit here and admit that she didn't want full custody to begin with, but now she wants it. And I think she has every reason to go for full custody, seeing as though she has a laundry list of things that you have done since y'all divorced and before y'all divorced. But she can give you a laundry list of things that you did in 1 month. I can give you a list of 20, since that seemed to be the only number that you can count up to. I can actually make a video of 20 things you've done in a week. I can actually make a video of 20 things you've done in a day. I can actually think of 20 things that you've done in an hour. Y'all, he aggravating to me, seriously.
20-some days. When we were in court, I said that I would much rather go to mediation so we can go ahead and resolve this instead of going to trial and things of that nature. Because to me, it's all unnecessary.
What needed to be resolved in the first place? We've all been saying the same thing. 7 days on, 7 days off was perfect for everybody. Why was it an issue? Mel was traveling and doing everything that she needed to do. Her mother watching them children shouldn't be an issue. When your mama allegedly drinks like a fish and she watched the kids. And then you had an issue about Marcus, when we all know that your issue is that he's gay, allegedly, but you won't say it. But we all know that that's what your issue is, because you are a misogynistic, nasty man. And then him and his mama sitting up there laughing about the 20-something woman thing, because they know that that was a lie, and they know that he used that to justify his reasons for taking this lady to court for full custody. Now that he doesn't have the money to fight for trial, he wants to just say, oh, I only wanted to do mediation. No, he tried to take Melody to court to pull her card, but she actually has a reason to take him to court for full custody. If you go back and you look at the documents of their divorce paperwork, then you would know that Melody only wanted everything to be split mutually evenly down the middle. This was only a means for Martell to control her, and I don't think it's going to work.
Melody and her attorney, they objected to that, but the judge granted it to us or whatnot. So, I paid for mediation. I sent over my request to Melody and her attorney. They stayed on it for about 30-40 minutes to only send back, a request of, she just want full custody. What? So I see there was no compromising, so I told my attorney, we're not going back and forth. I left.
In case you didn't pause and read the documents, or you can't see it, I crossed out all of the kids' names because that's unnecessary. But it says there are 4 minor children born of the marriage. Plaintiff averts that it is the best interest of the minor children for the parties to share joint legal and joint physical custody of the minor children. The plaintiff avers that the parties have shared joint legal and physical custody of the minor children since the party separation, and that the children are adjusted to such schedule. Both parties participate in and play an active role in homeschooling the minor children, and there are no issues transporting and exchanging the minor children for custody. The plaintiff avers that neither party should have to pay child support to the other party to care of the minor children. The plaintiff avers that no order is necessary based on each party's income, earning potential, and shared equal time each party will spend with the minor children. So again, y'all, Melody didn't even want to have full custody until he started to lash out, bash her, and all of the other stuff that came with this that we won't talk about. Martell actually plastered a voice recording of his daughter trying to say disparaging things about her mother that he was asking her. And we all know that isn't the child's fault. She was probably just talking to her daddy about some things. We also know that he tried to go on social media and say that Melody sent the kids to him dirty when they were probably just playing and it was their time to go to his house. So you be an active daddy and put them in a bathtub and send them to bed. Who puts their fucking kids, who puts their kids in a bathtub when they know they finna go back out the house and have to go somewhere else to go to sleep? Like, it'd be different if it was them going to their friend's house, like, yeah, bathe before you go over there or whatnot. But they going to their daddy house where they finna stay for a whole 7 days. So he's made and tried to throw multiple allegations out there when it comes to Melody parenting. When whole time, allegedly, he went to jail for beating up Coleslaw. Whole time, he introduced his kids to Sheree. Whole time, he got his kids out in the cold, barely covered up. Whole time, he got 1 million people watching his kids at a parade. Whole time, he got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we will probably get to hear about in Melody's God Said Go book. So I think Martell is a nasty manipulator. He's a narcissist, and his mother is just as bad as him. But I'm going to play the full clip at the end of this video. Y'all check out this interview where he basically lied and said that the kids weren't going to be on the show. Whole time they were featured on the show on the first freaking episode. Also, when you rewatch the clip at the end without my commentary, pay attention to his mannerisms and his body language. Every time that he lied, he cut his eye over to the side. He looks down. He is a big liar and he's a narcissist, you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you are updated when I post and upload.
You are a very passionate father, and sometimes we kind of see the drama play out with like co-parenting, right?
Yeah.
What do you kind of tell your kids, or how do you kind of talk about your family kind of in that space? And do you ever have any like regrets of kind of filming that aspect of it?
You know, when it comes to children, it's a delicate space right there. You know, anytime you involve your children in a show, you know, whether that's regardless of what, you know, if you can just say this show is going to be specifically about business or anything positive, I love for my children to be a part of it. But, you know, when we have to really showcase our lives on TV, you know, I would not want my kids to be a part of it. You know, I regret. No, you know, you live and you learn. You know, my kids being part of the show at times, I would rather not have them on the show. You know, I think this is an adult show. It's adult driven. And I just feel that, you know, if so, we should just, you know, leave our kids away from the screen at all times, though. And I mean, really, that's what's going to take place now. So, you know, the kids won't be filming anymore until they get of age where they can make that decision.
I definitely understand that. So what is, you know, we definitely, you allow us to see parts of your life.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment purpose. It's not. It's entertainment purpose. It's not.
In the case of anybody.
This is just entertainment purpose. It's not.